Hi dear rebounding friends, and welcome to another beautiful day on our rebounder. Here in Berkeley it's a bit cold and windy, and I hope you can hear me well. I try still to film outside because it turned out that the place which I wanted to use for inside didn't work out. It was just too loud. There were too many cars going by, and it's really beautiful to be outside, you know. It's just when it is too windy, it gets really a little bit chilly and also a little bit difficult with the sound. So today I want to use this video in order to look again in our different ways of rebounding, because that will be the basis of our next workouts. We really need to be very comfortable in the way we bounce so that we can put on top of it later workouts with the arms, you know, with the upper body, different movements, crossover movements to balance our brain hemispheres, the left and the right one. You know, there's tons of things which we want to do, but we need to be confident in our basic bounces. So today we'll look again in the parallel bounce, then specifically in the left and right alternating bounce, because some of you really needed to look into that more deeply, and I have to explain it a little bit more in detail. And then again we'll look also into the stomp, because the stomp will be also one of our staples for bone density exercises, which we will use to build up other exercises on top of this. So let's just go into it and have fun. The first thing which we want to look at again is the tripod. The tripod applies only when we're on the mat with the feet really on the mat, you know, not if we're moving like that. At that moment we don't have a tripod position. At the moment we are flat on the mat, then we want to have a stable position, which means 50% of your weight on the heel, 25% under the second toe, and 25% under the little toe. So a nice tripod, you know. And that applies, for instance, when you're in the half bounce, you know. Come in a nice half bounce, parallel. Shoulders relaxed, neck is relaxed. And breathe. So that is when we have the tripod. Yeah, because you don't want to lean too much backwards, you don't want to lean too much forwards. You feel it when you're leaning backwards that the toes are coming a little bit off the mat. That's not very good, you know, because it's even a bit dangerous, because falling backward is not a great idea. It's easier, in fact, if you're forward, because then you can catch yourself better, but really the best is to really apply the tripod, yeah? Okay, so that is the thing with the tripod and the parallel bouncing. Now, I want to give you an idea how you are rolling the foot up, also in the parallel bouncing, and it applies at the same time then to the alternating bouncing. Yeah, so there's not so much difference between the alternating bouncing and the parallel bouncing. See, I'm bouncing basically with my heel in the mat, you know, down, down, down. The mat brings me up. I'm never really jumping out of the mat. Yeah, so I just put a little bit of more weight in the heel when I'm going down. And see, when you look at my feet at the moment, they're still nicely in contact with the mat. The last thing which is leaving, or the first thing which is leaving now when I'm coming in a little bit of stronger bounce, is the heel. I'm still in contact with my toes with the mat, and only if I go a little bit stronger, then you see that also my toes are leaving. So basically what I do when I come up in a stronger bounce, if that is my heel and this is my toes, my heel is leaving, and the toes are leaving. Toes are leaving the mat, and when I come back to the mat, first thing which comes to the mat are the toes, and then I roll down on the heel. Heel pressing down in the mat, coming upward. Last thing which is leaving the mat is the toes. Toes coming down back on the mat, rolling down towards the heel. That's the movement. And that is the same movement if we have it parallel or if we have it alternating. Like that again. Now, in order to do these exercises now, if you feel a little bit unstable, use the TheraBand. Like we did it, put the TheraBand under the rebounder, take it in your hands and do the exercises with that. I want to go slowly now in the alternating bouncing. And probably the easiest is that you determine one leg as the stable leg, I have my right leg now as a stable leg. Left leg is free in order to move. And with the left leg, I come now in a bounce where the knee comes forward and I come to my toes. Forward, 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 forward. And then I change. This leg becomes the stable leg. I come in a bounce and this knee comes forward, forward, forward and up, forward and up, forward and up. And I come with that on my toe. Now if you look closely, you see that my navel is only going up and down in this direction. It doesn't go left, right, you know, it doesn't go like that. It's not like I do this. Yeah, do you see that? So in order to do that, we have to activate our core muscles. And here again, the easiest is you're thinking up your alignment. Your head is going like a balloon up towards the sky. Your spine is hanging on it. And then you really strengthen this area. Use your muscles a bit. And then you can stabilize this area while this knee is coming forward and up. And the toe is, you're coming on your toe with your movement. Yeah? Okay, train that a little bit, and I would say that you use TheraBand for that. At the beginning it might be a bit challenging because you really have to activate your core muscles. But that's a great exercise in order to get strong core muscles. And when you have done this left and right with one stable foot, then you can come in this kind of movement where it's just alternating. It's the same movement, you just alternate left and right each time. So you can do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and train that a little bit. It will take a while till you get really comfortable with it, but it's worth it. Yeah? And then afterwards, again, relax in parallel bounce. Okay. Now let's go in the stomp again. It's pretty similar, but there you choose already a standing leg, and in order to go out here on the toes, you just use it and stomp down. I show you how that looks at the end, what we will do at some point. You don't need to do that now, but that's things like we'll do, you know? Things like that, where you really can stomp down. But before you go into this kind of exercise, you need to get more stability. And also here, you need to involve your core muscles in order to get strong. So let's just do that. You can take your TheraBands, and we go 5 times left, 5 times right. Okay? One thing here, it's important that again you stay in a 90-degree angle here to the floor, because see, now if you have one leg up, then you have more tendency probably to fall in here. So you have to be sure that you stay in a 90-degree angle. Come in a parallel bounce, and then we start with the left leg, and stomp, 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 stomp. We do 4 times in fact. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. Parallel, relaxing, half bounce. And you can alternate that, you know, and play with that and have fun. And now you're going in your own exercises. You can use these ones, or you can combine them with the other ones. There was another question, one question concerning the bouncing, the tapping on the bones. This is something which you best do in the very beginning, before we go into the further workout. That is something which belongs to the warm-up phase. Yeah, I see you tomorrow. Bye.